everyone, and happy February. I'm Poppy Gatto, star reporter for the Cordovan Informant, and I am here to get you caught up on all things Chaldea. We have released a lot of really exciting content this February, and I'm here to make sure that you don't miss a thing. We began this month with a very special reunion, bringing together the cast of Chapter 103, Toy Soldiers, for a chat about their experience on set and what they've been up to since we saw them last. Chaldea creator Peter Adkison was joined by Dylan Smith, Christopher Morrison, Michael Montgomery, Ross Douglas, and Stefan Hayek. Chapter 103 is particularly special for us, since it features wargaming hero Uncle Duke in the flesh. Our cast was honored to share some of their memories of donning their armor and sharing the spotlight with such a legendary figure.
We build this little fort and we all come in and play in it for a little while and then we go our separate ways. So we really have to at least enjoy it. Otherwise, why bother?
100%. I mean, talk about building a fort. The costume people and the set and everyone that
no doubt
just walking into that war room, that set, walking in there. I'm in a castle right now.
Yeah.
And you're in just a second ago, I was in this like weirdly dimmed room with crackers and cheese, and I go in here and I'm in a castle.
It was a joy, his personality, and it was infectious. Just a down to earth person, and what he brought to the character, and being a toy maker in the story that just jumped in this world of battle and of Chaldea brings like a down to earth feeling to anybody who can relate to something. It could be anybody who could be a toy maker. You don't have to have strength. You don't have to have 7 feet tall, or you have to have a natural, but having a talented toy maker, it just resonates with a lot of people that, what you're doing in your profession can make a difference to other people.
In Chapter 104, we took a peek into the offices of the Cordovan Informant to see my boss, Marco Hamelgrar, in action. Author, scholar, and master of the masthead, Marco had to deal with some surprising news regarding the Emperor.
Thank you, darling Heike. You're the only one who can decipher my chicken scratch.
A glass of Bacchus Red always helped me focus and steadied my nerves. But one thing it could not do.
And they called me an alky.
It could not block Spreck's irritating voice from piercing my eardrums. Set kills Cordava! Set kills Cordava! Shh! Emperor's lifeless body found impaled by the spear of Set. A conspiracy of insiders detained. But this is blasphemy.
Oh, goody. You like it?
No, I do not like it. This is irresponsible journalism. Nothing's even been confirmed.
Yet.
Who's your source, your asshole?
Marco, calm down. As a responsible, ethical journalist, I cannot reveal my sources. You of all people should understand.
You dipsomaniacal son of a bitch!
Of course, we wouldn't want to talk about his imperial gloriousness without a little behind-the-scenes insight. We took a deeper delve and learned all about the former Graver-turned-warlord, and Set, a mighty power with whom the Emperor had a rather complicated relationship.
It's no secret that Cordava is assassinated basically right at the beginning of our story. It actually happens in chapter 3 is the first time that somebody hears, that the characters hear the Emperor is dead. But from then on, the whole premise of our story is what happens after this big event. And Emperor Cordava, he was a guy that he did not inherit the empire. Emperor Cordava took over Chaldea.
Marco also has a pretty profound effect on him almost immediately, being as the first newspaper in the world. There's no bigger story than the Emperor's dead.
Gods are kind of a new thing in the Chaldea universe, in the Pearl universe. And I never liked the idea that the gods were old and Like, you can hardly remember them, and all the cool stuff about the gods already happened. No. The Chaldea gods are young, and they are
Obnoxious, as you said.
Obnoxious. They are waxing in power. They're flexing their muscles. They're learning all about this primal energy. Most people in Chaldea are devout and will consider any accusation that Set might have had a hand on his spear when it went into Cordava's chest, that's blasphemy. But fortunately, there will be other possible causes that will reveal themselves, or we will reveal them to you in time. We have an Egyptologist on staff, Finnish Egyptologist. And she designed our gold sovereign for us and all the hieroglyphs that go on it. We wrote out what we wanted it to say. We wrote it out in English, and she translated it for us. And in the process, we actually ended up inventing a hieroglyph for Emperor Cordava.
Speaking of behind the scenes, Peter sat down for an interview with Eric Ray Anderson, who plays Marco and provides narration for much of the Chaldean epic we've been sharing with you these last few months.
I looked at that copy and I said, I know exactly what this is. This is the reflective halfling, as you say. He's got a little bit of Bilbo Baggins and there and back again, and it needs to be this sort of reflective. Well, one day the da happened, and I was only a mere writer, but I try my best, and I want you all to know about this and this and this, because it's very important that you know what I think about this. And I just totally knew that guy. I know that guy.
In Chapter 5, we got our chance to get to know Zane a bit better. He's not like any elf I've ever met before, and I think you'll agree there's more than meets the eye when it comes to our favorite elvish playboy. I'd expect someone with as much drama in their life as Zane has would try to shy away from all that adventure. That some people are just blessed with an interesting life.
I know what you're going to say. Master Zane, you've been wallowing in Dorsang for 24 years, 4 years in drama, 3 in philosophy, 2 in history and music. Your father fears it's all for naught. Me, believe it or not, I've learned things. You, like your 5-year sabbatical at Elf Camp? And what, in Yadisil's name, is Elf Camp? Me, it is a bohemian paradise. You, more like a hallucinogenic sexcapade.
Are you quite finished with your histrionics, Master Thespian? From your parents.
Christing handed Zane an ornate box, and in it, a magnificent jeweled necklace.
Impressive rock.
A starfall jewel is not a rock.
And of course, Steve and Peter provided insight and commentary on both the chapters we shared this month.
One of the earliest times I remember getting introduced to Chaldea was this idea the Cordovan Informant newspaper would come out. And I never even thought of like an actual newspaper. I mean, I could see role playing out a newspaper setting in a game setting or something, but to actually be handed a newspaper. I remember we'd be in class. We were all taking computer science comp sci together, and we're all sort of in the same math and computer science. And you'd come around and you'd be handing out all the DKI issues. And I remember it was so awesome. It was one thing to sit there and play the games on the weekend or whatever, but then like a couple weeks later, you would get to read about that particular adventure. And inevitably, we would fire and forget. We went and took out some bunch of orcs somewhere, and then we'd find out later on that there was some horrible repercussions of that, where the orcs rose up afterwards and just laid waste to a bunch of farms in retribution. And we realized, there's more to just adventuring than just going out and getting loot and coming back and getting XP.
Yeah, Ariadne and her family are kind of like tabloid fodder almost in Chaldea. I mean, when the news is not overwhelmed by the death of Cordava back during peaceful times, I imagine Ariadne and various of her children were making the news on a regular basis.
And that's all for February 2021. We hope you've enjoyed the stories we've shared and you've had a laugh, a bit of a thrill, and that you're as excited as I am to see what springtime in Chaldea has to offer. You can visit our website to learn more about any of the topics we've covered in our videos, and to see uncensored versions of every chapter video as well. If you're looking for more, head to www.worldofchaldea.com and check it out. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. We're World of Chaldea everywhere you want to find us. We'd love to hear from you, so if you have a question or some feedback, feel free to leave a comment. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and like this video, and make sure your notifications are turned on so you don't miss a single thing. We've got lots more for you coming up in the next month. For the Cordovan Informant, I'm Poppy Gatto. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Who are you?
My name is Estrada.
What is happening, bro?
We should not have touched you. You are in incredible danger.
Now, what are those idiots doing?
We are going to a party.